Hey guys, Keith Angle for TGI Sports Talk with my weekly vlog. Again, as I always say, I won't take up too much of your time. We've been away for a couple of weeks on vacation, so we're sorry we haven't posted any vlogs. But today I want to talk about the Yankees and some of their free agent issues and how they're going to rebuild this team. And the first move they make is to, and again, it's still possible, I think, that a change could get made. Hal Steinbrenner said yesterday Aaron Boone remains the manager. And my guess is it's because Hal's new austerity approach to the payroll, relatively speaking, obviously they spend a lot of money. But relatively speaking, they're on an austerity budget, and they don't want to pay Aaron Boone in 2 years to go away. Aaron Boone had an atrocious year this year. I'm sorry. Aaron Boone got bailed out by Aaron Judge's great year. Aaron Judge had a horrible postseason, managing his pitching staff especially. Not getting Clay Holmes in a game that they end up losing in the late innings. Bringing in Trevino instead of Loaiza to replace Cole in a winnable game that got out of control right after that. Leaving Nestor Cortez in the game with a bad groin when it was obvious he wasn't right. They had a 3-run lead. They might have been able to save and again, extend the series. They probably weren't going to win at that point. They were down 3-0. But still, Aaron Boone, as well as not holding players accountable, which has been my biggest problem with him over the years, he's guaranteed to be back, but we don't know about Aaron Judge. The Dodgers are now involved, and the more of these teams like the Dodgers that get involved, you know the Mets will be involved. We know the Giants are going to be involved. We know there's other stupid owners with a bunch of money who are going to get involved. This guy can't be allowed to walk away. Just can't be. You're telling me you're going to keep Aaron Boone, who, in my mind, is one of the least responsible Yankees for their success. And maybe that's being harsh because I know he's won 100 games twice and 99 games another time. And maybe I'm too spoiled as a Yankee fan and a fan of another team in football that's won a lot. But not in the last 20 years they haven't won a lot. One World Series appearance, guys. How many times have I said it since 2003? Well, I guess if I want to count 2003, then it's 2. So it's 2 in 20 years. They lost them, but they won one and lost one. They haven't been to a World Series since 2009, and they won that, by the way, Bob Costas, just an FYI. But Brian Cashman, who's been here for 2 decades, or better than 2 decades, is probably going to be allowed to come back and put together another flawed team. And we're going to allow Aaron Boone. And maybe Aaron Boone would be better if he were allowed to just manage the game by his gut a little bit and not have this script in front of him that he's got to look at all the time and say, oh, this is what we're doing. We said in the pregame with Brian Cashman in the front office, this is how we were going to run the game. And don't tell me that doesn't happen because I know it does. So there's a lot of big decisions to be made here. Aaron Judge has to be coming back here. I don't care if it's 10 years and $425 million or $450 million. And the Yankees have cost themselves at least $150 to $200 million by not signing him before the season started. They could have got him for much less than they will get him now. And Aaron Judge has to have that money. They're going to earn money off of Aaron Judge for decades after he retires. He means more to them than just to play on the field with TV revenue, TV ratings, which drive TV revenue. Fans in the seats, merchandise, on and on. This money will be recouped in half the time, half the contract. And as I said, they'll keep making money on Aaron Judge for decades if he's a lifetime Yankee. They still make money off of Joe DiMaggio and Mickey Mantle, for crying out loud. Babe Ruth. But that's just one decision. Yankees have a ton of important free agents. Let's run down them a little bit. And I'll give you my opinion, yay or nay. Aaron Judge has got to come back. Chapman, goodbye. History, you're an idiot. You've lost your stuff. You didn't handle losing your closer's role well. You're a bad teammate, and we don't want to see you back here. Anthony Rizzo, Anthony had a really good year. Didn't hit for a lot of average, but he's a leader. He's a leader, and you've got to have leaders on teams to be winners. And I wouldn't be against bringing Anthony Rizzo back on a team-friendly deal. We'll see. But you're going to have somebody better. The only guy I wanted last year to replace him was Freddie Freeman. Well, he's not available this year, and I doubt I'm going to find somebody as good as Anthony Rizzo available. Same thing with Aaron Judge, by the way. If you let him walk, who replaces him? Zach Britton, he's hurt all the time. He can walk. So Luis Severino has got to be re-signed. And they have a club option with him, so that one should happen. Andrew Benintendi, that one's a tough call. He's going to be a free agent. Didn't play much with the Yankees. Once he got his feet on the ground, though, he played very well. He's a good defender, puts the ball in play. He's the kind of player the Yankees need because they got too many guys now who just, they're all or nothing. James Taillon, I think, will be gone. He'll be a free agent and gone. Chad Green, I'm bringing Chad Green back. He's important to that bullpen, and even though he missed this, almost this entire season, I'm still bringing him back. Miguel Castro, don't care. Matt Carpenter, look, if I can get him on a very team-friendly deal, he's a good bench player and a nice piece, and a good guy in a clubhouse. So that's the only reason I would think about bringing him back. Marwin Gonzalez, he's gone. I think between Cabrera and who's the other guy's name's skipping my mind now. Peraza and Cabrera and maybe Envelope, who knows? One of those guys can be the shortstop. One of those guys can be the super utility guy. So I don't think we really need Marwin back. He didn't hit enough. Very kind of a good guy to have around, but no. And after that, we're getting into guys that are in the minor leagues and such. So there's really nobody else to discuss. Listen, the Yankees have some decisions to make around this infield, around this team. Not the least of which is Aaron Judge. I'll say again. Pitchers, Cole's signed. Cortez is signed, and hopefully we'll be back better than ever. Severino will be back. Taillon won't be. Montas, you're probably stuck with. I doubt you can trade him. So that's not a bad four. Let's assume Montas gets his act together with a little bit of more comfort level in New York. And then you just got to find a fifth starter. The bullpen, if they decide to keep the guys, and Clark Schmidt, by the way, could be that fifth starter next year. I think they need to probably go out and find a better closer than Clay Holmes. If Aaron Boone had no confidence in him, and don't make up stories, Aaron, that he wasn't available, because nobody told Clay Holmes he wasn't. Another problem I have with Aaron Boone. I think I want somebody better than him, more reliable. I mean, he had a great first half, and maybe it's a committee thing. Maybe Loaizaga becomes the closer, but he's so good and really pitched to his potential in the second half of the season after a rough first half. I like Loaizaga as being kind of a jack of all trades there. So let's assume Schmidt gets a shot at this fifth spot. We got to fill a couple of bullpen spots. Maybe we go chase a really good closer. And Holmes goes to more of a setup role. Wandy Peralta was really good this year, and he certainly needs to be back as well. First base, we got the Rizzo issue. You do have Matt Carpenter. I'm sorry, he's also a free agent. But you also have DJ over there. But we don't know what his health is going to be. He's had 2 off seasons, really, offensively for him. Not awful years, but for him, not great. So there's that decision to make. And if you don't have a first baseman, Anthony Rizzo, who are you bringing in? Gleyber Torres. He's probably, unless they trade him for pitching, he'll probably be back as a second baseman. Very streaky, up and down year for Glaber. Josh Donaldson needs to go. Buy him out. I don't care what the contract is. Get rid of him. And maybe we play Cabrera at third base next year or shortstop, because Kiner Falefa cannot be back as a shortstop. So you either got to play one of the kids, Peraza or Volpe. Volpe had a good second half in the minors as well. Peraza got a taste of the majors this year, struggled a bit, but not to be unexpected. So one of those guys might be the shortstop. 3 guys, I think, will be the shortstop. I don't know that the Yankees won't go out and get a shortstop, though. If they were going to do that, I would have thought they'd do it last year. They were waiting for the kids to arrive. I'm going to tell you what. Oswaldo Cabrera is going to be a really, really good player. I don't know yet about Peraza and Volpe. Oswaldo Cabrera is going to be a really good player. He's got a great swing. He's got a great approach to the game. He's got a great approach at the plate. And I think he's going to be a really good player. In the outfield, well, Cabrera was your starting left fielder. He likely won't be next year. So now you got a decision to make about Benintendi. Whether you want to bring him back or find an upgrade there. I don't have a problem bringing Benintendi in to play left field. Harrison Bader, he's your center fielder next year. Played really well in the playoffs. On fire. The only guy really that carried his weight in the playoffs, I thought, was Bader. You got the Judge situation. Got to be rectified. He's got to be back on this team. You tell me how they replace his bat in this lineup. I know he didn't do well against the Astros or in the playoffs in general. But Aaron Judge is the face of this franchise and has to be back. Stanton, not going anywhere. So listen, this team needs Aaron Judge back. Help at shortstop, help in the bullpen. Third base. Figure out first base. A lot of questions, guys. A lot of questions. And we got one answer. That's it. Aaron Boone will be back. You better do better than that, Hal, the rest of the postseason. And maybe Aaron Boone will be able to manage better with a better equipped team on the field. The team has been flawed that they put together for at least 3 years now. Too many swing for the fences, same approach to every at-bat players. Now, maybe if you keep Benintendi and you keep Bader and Cabrera continues to develop, maybe you've got enough guys to offset some of that. And you've got guys who can put the ball into play and play better fundamental situational baseball, which the Yankees did early in the year and fell apart later on. The base running became atrocious again at the end of the year. The situational hitting became atrocious. The defense fell apart. Kiner Falefa, I just need a guy out there to make the plays. The routine plays. I don't need Ozzie Smith. I need a guy to make the routine plays. Maybe Cabrera is that guy. Maybe Peraza is that guy. Maybe Volpe develops enough that he's that guy. Maybe the Yankees go outside the organization. I don't think you go outside the organization for a shortstop now when you had some great shortstops on the market last year and you decided to wait for the kids. Anyway, that's just a look at some of the stuff. Yankees, you have got to sign Aaron Judge. Do not give me any reasons you can't. Hopefully Aaron Judge doesn't have a bad taste in his mouth. By the way, you fans who booed him in the playoffs, if he leaves, you may be part of the reason, just so you know. Don't forget, I should have mentioned that earlier. Ridiculous. Keith Engel for TGI Sports Talk. Have a great day.